love to speak on this topic because emotions like frustration and overwhelm are often misunderstood, but they're actually messages from our unconscious, they're messages from our body, similar to pain. So frustration has an anger component to it, and generally anger at ourselves because we're not keeping our own boundaries. And oftentimes we don't really know exactly what's going on there. And so if we go in and feel the frustration and locate it within our body, it's like, oh wow, it's in my jaw or it's in my shoulders. That's where it often shows up. And then just relax, because relaxation for somatic work, relaxation is a really important deal. If we get relaxed enough, we connect with these other parts. And so if you do that, really just feel that and get more information about it, like, oh, it's heavy and had a color, maybe be red. So feeling this heavy red clenching in my jaw. That might be this frustration. And then start to dialogue with it. And I'll add the reason we're doing this is because right now your unconscious mind, which is 85% of what's going on in us, it's showing up and showing up in your body as this feeling here. And that is a doorway to communicate with your unconscious mind. So you can relax and communicate. Heavy red clenching in my jaw. What do you want? Then just get really quiet. And if this isn't working, then you can do some breath work ahead of time, which can really help. Is just deep breathing. And there's different breath work patterns I use, but do that for a couple minutes beforehand. That'll kind of get you in a little bit of a woozy, altered state, which makes this a little bit easier. And as you do that, if you don't get a message, sometimes it helps to just start answering the question. I want you to know, and just see what falls out of your mouth. And the way that you might get this message, it might be something you hear, like a thought or a voice. It might be an image in your mind or a movie, or you might see something. It might be a feeling in your body. You might be overcome with sadness and realize, oh, this anger is actually on top of some sadness. Oftentimes, anger has a very protective function to protect us from a part of us that's actually deeply grieving, or not grieving, but sad and needs some grief. And then finally, it would be somatically. So you might find that as you're listening, that it actually lessens and then moves to another part. And oftentimes it'll move to another part, and then you start to dialogue with that. And it's that second or third part that really opens up and has some really helpful information. You can ask, what do you want to know? And then whatever it says, it might say, I'm just so angry. Like, hear that you're angry. What are you angry about? Angry because no one's listening to me, which is a very specific type of anger, of not feeling heard. It's like, oh, what do you want people to hear? I want them to hear, and then here's this message. And then you realize, well, I'm going to hear you. And say, I hear, and then repeat that. And I guarantee you, if you go through that, it will calm down, because when we hear ourselves, it takes away half the sting. And then you can put some boundaries into place, some conversations with people who you want to hear you. But you'll already be at halfway there because you've heard yourself. A lot of the arguments that we have in relationships is because we're not hearing ourselves, and we're trying to get our partner to hear us, instead of us holding ourselves. And if we just get calm and hear ourselves, then it becomes less important that they actually hear us, and we're able to actually then have the capacity to hear them, which allows them to get calm, and now they're actually able to hear us. Sometimes we have to do it first for ourselves and then do it for them, and only then can they actually do it for us. If you go to my website, breakthroughserver.com, there are a series of quick, like 1 to 2 minute videos on there that can explain breakthrough work, how to cultivate a breakthrough. And you can also sign up to actually receive a free download of a checklist of breakthrough tools. And if you're a good fit for this kind of work, then I actually usually offer a free session, 3 hour long, or sometimes an hour and a half, to be able to feel this work, because you just got to experience the work, and then you get, a lot of times people are blown away. Wow, I had no idea all that was in there. And it's just always very surprising to people how this comes out when you have a trained breakthrough facilitator who can help you to listen to these parts of you. When you actually start to dive into that work, life can get so amazing. Another way you can reach out is james@breakthroughcircle.com if you want to reach out via email, or you can private Facebook me. I am the only James Seamus McGowan Mayfield Smith on Facebook. So if you look that up, and you'll be able to connect with me.